Set the skillet for medium low. 'Cause I don't want them flapjacks to burn. When the bubbles pop, it's time to turn over your pancakes.
I don't want them flapjacks to burn. You know what I'm saying. Welcome to season 5 of the Maverick Rose Music Hour. I'm Maverick. This is Darcy. That's Jim. We're doing a thing out here at Niche Wine Lounge in beautiful Holly Springs, North Carolina.
In our new season.
That's right. It is the new season. I want to thank everybody for being here with us. We do this every single Wednesday, live on location.
Every Wednesday.
All kinds of new segments for the season. New table, thanks to Rescue Wood Rehab. The lovely people over
Thank
there.
you, Rescue Wood Rehab.
They always take good care of us, looking out for us.
It's a
out
cool
there.
table.
Yeah.
It's
Jim,
a different design.
look at Jim's shirt. Those of you that can't see that you're listening, it's not friendly. Please do not touch is what it says.
Which is about the best shirt you could
That's
ever
right.
have for yourself.
Oh, snap. Dylan's in the chat. That's what I'm
Already?
talking about.
Thanks,
That's right.
Dylan.
Yep, we got Zen out there. Patty says, hello, everyone. She actually says, hey, everybody.
Hey.
That's right. That's right. She said, hey. So, yeah, good times. What did we do in the off season? Anybody do anything exciting?
In the last week?
That's right. Last season was 1 episode ago. You know what I'm talking about.
No, a lot happened. Different set changes, different
set
costume changes,
yeah.
as you said.
Absolutely right.
Jim is no longer wearing a jacket.
No more jackets.
No
I was
more
expecting a week off, so I'm not planning to participate too much today. But
I think
Okay.
that's fair.
That's cool. So about like usual. That's good.
yeah,
All right.
No difference.
Well, as I mentioned, we are sponsored by the lovely people over at Rescued Wood Rehab, and we got Marty. Marty's out here to hang out with us from Rescued. What's up, Marty? How are you?
Cheers, my friend. Cheers, cheers.
Now, were you responsible for the table?
I
directly, or-
was partly responsible. I have a great team, and they put that all together. I made sure the measurements were right based upon what we needed to do, and yeah, we got us all set.
How did you come
perfect.
up with the vision of the table?
Well, we took Maverick's vision right out of his head. It was
Zen says, hey, Woodman.
and hey, Zen, and yeah, we just created the table. So
It actually
it's
came
an
to be an
interesting
It's
design.
an aerodynamic design.
It came to me in a dream.
Yes,
I was thinking about Marty being a catcher, and I said, what does the catcher stand behind? He stands behind the plate.
It's a 5-sided table, and
That's right.
2 of the sides are really short, like me.
Oh,
you
I
don't
always,
say
I always
that.
forget.
Every
you're-
week,
yeah.
every week, the microphone is up here,
I'm
and I'm
optimistic.
like, yeah,
man.
yeah.
I'm
I keep,
optimistic.
I keep hoping, but yeah, it's not going to happen.
I don't think it's gonna
So,
happen.
Hey, one quick thing: the
Yes.
Maverick Rose Music Hour is proudly sponsored by Rescue Wood Rehab, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention a songwriter, Gary Portnoy. Do you guys know who Gary Portnoy is?
pizza guy.
No,
No,
it's
that's
not.
Dave.
It's not. No, he
Barstool Sports.
actually wrote a song called "Where Everybody Knows Your Name," and to my friend Norm. Cheers.
Cheers.
To George
Cheers.
Wentz,
Yes.
and he belongs in the hearts of many of us who sit at the corner of the bar. So
That's right.
you guys have a great show, and Gary Portnoy, thank you for writing a great song. And
Before you go,
Uh-oh.
around here, anytime that I say Gemini, you want to go ahead and take a drink of whatever you got in here. So anytime I'm referencing Jim or myself doing anything, if you've got a drink, does not matter if it's water, soda, alcohol. They got cocktails here at the Niche. We got wine. There's beer, all kinds of different things. Whatever it is that you like to drink. Chocolate milk even for the kids.
chocolate milk. Oh, sure,
Yeah.
chocolate milk.
Diet Coke.
That's
Diet
right,
Coke.
Diet Coke. Whatever it is you like to drink. Anytime I say Gemini, be like Marty and take a big sip of whatever you got near you. All right.
Cheers to all of you, and have a great
Thank
show.
you. We'll see you a little bit later, my friend.
right.
Appreciate you and all the lovely people there at Rescue Wood Rehab looking out for us.
And to add on to that, Niche
Yes.
is like the Cheers here.
It is,
It
because
is.
when you come here, everyone knows your name.
And everyone's friendly, and everyone invites you in and welcomes you. And there are certain people who have certain places that they sit. I won't mention any names, Marty. And
That's right.
people don't sit there when he's not there. So,
They're not supposed to.
No.
They're supposed to leave those. Those seats are reserved.
but it is very Cheers-like here, and it's
It
kind
is.
of nice to have a little local neighborhood place like this.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Ted.
Yeah, thank you, Ted, for creating the environment, for allowing us to be here, and for us to be a part of the Niche family. We appreciate
We
it.
appreciate it.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And if you've never been here, you should definitely come out. Now,
Come see us.
As we mentioned,
fun.
a new season brings new segments, and we've got a completely new segment that Darcy is taking the helm of here. It goes a little something like this. I like to call this "Do You Know Rock and Roll" with Darcy Domino. All right.
I haven't seen any of these graphics.
She's gonna do some. She's gonna do some trivia for us tonight. So put us on the bubble
some
here.
trivia.
So if you're in the chat or if you're in the bar, come on and try to answer these questions with us.
So I don't have the questions memorized, so I'm going off of this. But I might do better further on, but we'll see. So we wanted to do something different. We thank you so much for really liking the Billboard Top 10. We've had a lot of fun with that. Thought it was time for a little break from that, do something a little bit different. So trying to stump my partners here, and I don't know that I will be able to. So we will give it a try. The first one is really aimed for Jim, because I think this is an interesting one. So here is the first of music trivia, the first ever question of music trivia.
Sergio Leone.
Done.
Wow.
Done. You're
Wow.
so damn good.
Can you see the paper from there? I think he's
a li-
cheating.
It's yeah. I've been trying to hide it from him.
No,
Okay.
I haven't looked at it.
I know you would never do that. All right, what
Not
Beatles?
without my glasses. Go ahead.
I know. What Beatles song was downloaded the most in the U.S. the first day iTunes began selling their music in 2010? What Beatles song was downloaded the most in the U.S. the first day that iTunes began selling their music?
Why
in
would I know that
2010?
kind of like
Let it be.
Nope.
Here Comes the Sun? Why would I know that kind of stuff?
You do know that because that is the answer. Why?
You can't stump Jim, I'm telling you.
Why did you pick?
You can try, but
why
you'll
did
never
you pick
get
Here
it.
Comes the Sun?
Because I read that it was the most downloaded Beatles song of all time.
Did you really?
Somewhere.
See, this is the amazing thing. Everybody knows
Yeah.
that you guys know.
Everybody knows you've been breaking my heart. Dave Clock 5.
Okay.
Demonetized.
All right. This is another Beatles one, but then we'll stop. What Beatles song ranked #1 on Rolling Stone magazine, your favorite magazine, on Rolling Stone's magazine list of the top 100 Fab Four tunes? So what Beatles song ranked #1 for Rolling Stone?
I
Of their
think
top
they
100.
put A Day in the Life, but I'm not sure.
He is damn good.
You're good, Jim.
You really are good. You really are.
Jim bringing
All right.
out fire.
So I can't really look this way anymore. Okay. Yeah, my eyes are bad. All right. What Canadian singer was rocking in the free world with the release of his 1989 album Freedom?
Neil Young.
See, these are too easy for you guys.
Anybody in the chat, go ahead and hit these.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to find some that are a little bit harder. All right, this one I don't think you'll know, but I think it's fun. What R&B crooner born in Honolulu was an Elvis impersonator at 4 years old?
Come on.
Do you know it?
Come on up.
Is it Bruno Mars?
It is. How did you know that?
I like Bruno Mars.
He's a Bruno Mars fan. Yeah.
What do you know about him being an Elvis impersonator at 4 years old? Do you know anything?
I've seen
That-
videos.
on the mic. On the mic.
On the camera.
I've seen videos of him as a kid doing his little dance and doing his impersonation and doing his singing.
I bet he was good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I can
wasn't
see
bad.
that.
Oh, Celia got that in the chat. She said Bruno Mars. Yeah.
All right, Celia.
Celia, you're good. And Celia, thank you so much for all your support of us and promoting us.
That's
can,
right.
Can we readjust that mic without slighting Marty?
Marty, just say my love.
Okay,
My
Jim.
love.
Just say my love.
We're only 5 seasons deep. We don't have to know everybody associated with the show.
5 seasons. We've made it. Thank you. All right. What band was not part of the Big Four tour of thrash metal in 2010 and 2011? Which band was not part of the Big Four tour in 2010 and 2011?
Iron Maiden.
I'm going to have to get a lot harder. How did you know that?
Because they're considered a part of the pantheon of metal, but they do their own thing. They're not in there with Slayer and Metallica and Pantera. And,
Did you go to any of them?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
I'm actually not that big of a metalhead. I do,
But you know a lot about it.
but I do know a lot about it. Yeah.
You do. All right. This is interesting. Which rock tune was on Voyager 1's data disk to acquaint other worlds with our culture? Which rock tune was on Voyager 1's data disk to acquaint other worlds with our culture?
Was it Rocket Man or Space Oddity?
That would have been a good one, but no.
No.
Anybody? Laura's running away.
Get Off My Cloud.
Oh, that would have been a good one.
What's that? I hear people talking.
I hear mumbling. I hear mumbling.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Is that British Jim?
I knew it at one point. It is British Jim.
I didn't
out
see him
there.
come in.
Hey, British Jim.
I can't see with the lights.
I know the lights. It's all of the lights, all of the lights.
And I want to know, Leo, like, what other worlds are they talking about? Were they expecting some alien?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's a good one.
Should have been. What was it?
Life on Mars. Johnny Be Good.
Johnny Be Good. Okay. Yeah.
That's our culture.
Nice. Yeah.
That would have been a good one.
Dylan said, "No, that's a good question." Yeah, it is a good question.
See, the other ones aren't so good. What's the best-selling album of all time?
The Eagles' greatest hits. We've talked about that before.
Not according to this.
Well, because it's not. It's a compilation, so they don't consider it like an album. It's Dark Side of the
Because
Moon.
greatest hits don't count, right?
Dark Side of the Moon.
Thriller.
Thriller. Okay.
Thriller, yeah.
Back in Black is rock and roll.
Yeah. What was the title of the Beyonce and Shakira collaboration in 2007? What was the title of the Beyonce and
I
Shakira
Drink Your Milkshake.
No, that's There Will Be Blood.
That's their one.
The movie There Will Be Blood.
Oh.
I drink it up.
Your hips don't pay my bills.
Beautiful Liar.
Okay.
There you go. Right. Which rap group had hits including Fight the Power and 911 is a Joke?
NWA?
Nope.
No. Uh-oh. Yeah, come on, Zen.
You know?
Is it Public Enemy?
Man.
Nice.
You might be giving Maverick a run
My
for his
guy.
money here, huh?
Well, see, the thing is, whatever gaps I've got in my musical knowledge, he picks up the slack.
Did you guys grow up together, like, with different sounds that you liked?
Yes. We
Yeah?
like a lot of the same stuff, but we also like very different things. When we get off the beaten path, we go in different directions.
That's good. That's like, hey, Amber.
Yep.
All right. In what rock band would you find Paul Hewson and David Evans? Anybody?
Go ahead, Jim.
Tommy Two Tones.
Dang. I don't know.
You too.
Wait, what? Oh, gosh.
Their real names?
Isn't Paul Hewson Bono?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, do you feel bad about that
I
one?
feel so bad.
Huh?
We're gonna cut away to the Amber cam, even though Amber's not there. There she is. She's coming back.
Well, Amber's
That'll
so
make me
cute.
feel better. There's Amber. All right.
All right, we're going to do one more. And then we'll
Embarrassing.
head on out, okay?
It's okay. No true Irishman would know their real names.
All right, Jake, I think you might know this one then, since saying what rap artist makes a guest appearance on Katy Perry's single "California Girls"?
It's Juicy
He just
J.
said
No,
it.
It's not
Did
Juicy
you just
J.
say it? What rap artist makes a guest appearance
Juicy
on
J's
Katy
on
Perry's
Dark Horse,
single?
right?
Dark Horse. She seems to think it's Snoop, and I'm gonna agree with her. Is it Snoop Dogg?
She's right. She's absolutely right.
Patty got that one. Let's
Yay.
go.
Patty, you
All
should have
right.
gotten up and said it. You should have taken the credit on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
All right, I'm going to find harder questions more relevant, but that's just the first of hopefully some fun.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I don't expect much, but I think that it's time for this new segment that we've got coming up. What's on Jim's mind?
I didn't hear what that said.
We're going to find out what's on Jim's mind right now. What you think about it, Jim? I don't know. He's staring a hole through the back of...
Well,
You can't really see.
I hate to do this
Oops, sorry.
to you.
No, you don't.
Well, you made a post from our last segment, and it kind of gave the false impression that our answer to who's the greatest American band was Aerosmith.
No, I said that was Maverick's
I
opinion.
know,
That
but
was my
he
answer.
said his piece and he had the logo up there and everything, and I didn't say anything. I probably didn't say anything clever anyway, but I'm going to have to give my opinion on Aerosmith.
This is a follow-up.
So, first off, I appreciate any band that makes music and is hung around, which they did. But let's see. I got to say, this particular band is a poor man's combination of the Stones and Led Zeppelin. They lack the compositional skill of the former and the arrangement skills of the latter. Their best sounds was later when they were kind of a pop cover band in the 90s, which I have that greatest hits CD, and it's stuff they co-wrote with some song guru. So to me, they never had a real core or real like musical integrity. Other than that, they're swell. Sorry. and
It's okay. They don't like you either.
I'm sure they don't. So that's just me, but I'm. That's why I didn't feel like talking, because I'm kind of sick of hearing myself, you know. And it's like,
No. People love hearing you.
I don't know.
Yeah, but he said he doesn't like you himself.
No. But he's never even watched the podcast.
I know.
But I like the fact that people like music more freely than I do. I get very opinionated, and I need certain things, and that's just me, you know. I like that Maverick likes all the stuff, which I enjoy playing with him, like the couple.
No Diddy.
You know, the couple Aerosmith songs we mess around with, and some of the other stuff. So there's my test for music is the desert island thing. What songs would you take on a desert island?
Yeah, but you treat every day like it's a desert island.
That's right. But it's like, it's not a limitation of which band or which album. It's like, if I was stuck on a desert island, I could take every song I wanted.
You could?
Yeah, no, whatever you wanted to hear
Okay.
in a rotation. So,
I would take your playlist. I love your playlist.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet.
so you know, I would take every Beatles song, but like 6 of them, and I would take.
That's got to be a short list. You say 6. What are the 6? Go ahead.
It'd be couple George songs: Inner Light, No Brown Shoe, Ringo covering Matchbox, George covering Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby. Nothing John or Paul does. That would all be there. And like when I hear a new band like White Stripes, I say, oh, that's pretty good stuff, like when Dave plays it. And I think of him, would I want him on my desert island? I would not.
You would not?
Even though I enjoy playing some of our songs live.
Yeah.
The Aussie song, that's
Yeah.
fun to play.
Yeah.
I
Which
would
one?
not.
It wouldn't.
Which
work.
one? Which one do you
Crazy
guys
Train.
Crazy Train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Which can we just talk about that for a second? Crazy Train and Jack and Diane are the same song.
yeah.
Explain.
It's the
AE.
same. The music structure. That
Is
dun, dun, the verses are the same. Dun,
Are they
dun,
really?
dun,
It's
dun,
a
yeah.
common.
And people talk about that all the time. Is like the intro to Crazy Train is like super hardcore, and then the verses are like really not at all. They're not
I'm
even.
gonna have to
metal.
listen to it
It's
now
very
again.
like happy and peppy, and it's the same as it's the exact same song structure as Jack and Diane. If you ever do a mashup, you don't have to actually change anything at all. It's the same tempo
I love
and everything.
mashups. They're fun.
I wouldn't take every Who song to the desert isle.
It's probably more than 6 that you'd leave out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's whole albums I'd leave out.
What's your favorite Who song? Do you have one?
It's hard to pick. Maybe Bab O'Reilly, because it's such a
He does such a great song.
twisted
great,
masterpiece.
Great job playing it too.
What you doing, man?
Just taking pictures. So,
Yeah, yeah.
just so you know, if I'm taking pictures of you, you don't have to pose. It's like I'm looking for,
We want some cameos.
He wants the
Yeah,
candid, like
yeah,
behind the scenes
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, he's
It's
doing
okay.
pro. Our,
Here,
our
here, I'll take your-
photographer, our executive producer, is doing photography for the season
He's
5.
a jack of all trades.
That's
You're
right.
harshing my mellow, man.
Jim, you ain't never been mellow. I've known you a long time now. You're the only harsh in the mellow, my friend. I'd be trying to vibe out to some Aerosmith, and you're like, stop.
He's not friendly. Please do not touch.
Do not touch. No touchy. No, I need that shirt.
When did
But
you,
I am
did
friendly.
you recently
It'll
get
say
that
friendly,
shirt?
but also
Say
please
what?
do not touch.
Did you recently get that shirt?
Touch.
Yeah, last week.
And when you saw it, did you laugh?
No. It's not funny.
It's not,
Or it's funny because it's true.
It is true. It is true.
oh, Jim, you're the man.
We love you,
And I
Jim.
haven't laundered it
Love
yet,
it
so
so
I
much,
feel
man.
like Five Below bugs crawling on me.
It's gonna run in your laundry because it's black.
That's
You
right.
got to get those color sheets. You don't do that.
I just put everything in and
Everything that same color.
press the button.
Riveting musical content, talking
I
about
know.
laundry out
What the
here.
hell?
Yep. No.
See, and
Are
I
you-
thought I wasn't going to get into it. Speaking of laundry,
That's what she said. All right. All right. Well, if that's all that's on your mind, Jim,
Yeah.
I got something we could talk
He
about.
said he wasn't going to talk much
Go
tonight.
ahead.
That's right. All right. This is the new segment that we like to call
Music's Mysteries with Maverick Rose.
I'm looking forward to this.
That's it. All right. So tonight, I wanted to, well, I'll just say that the segment here, when I say mysteries, sometimes it'll be mysteries, sometimes it'll be tragedies. It's the idea is that we will talk about artists that you know, but maybe stories that you don't. VH1 did
Love it.
Behind the Music. There's a great YouTube channel out there that does rock and roll mysteries and true stories behind the music and that kind of thing. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Jeff Buckley tonight. So a lot of people know Jeff Buckley. Maybe you know his story, maybe you don't, but almost everyone will know the song Hallelujah, which was originally a Leonard Cohen song. But the Jeff Buckley version is actually the most famous version or recording of that song.
When was that? Because I feel like I only heard of it in the last couple of years.
In the early 90s, yeah.
So it's
like
been around a
early to
long
mid-90s. I think 94 was when he only recorded one album. He was a session guitarist before that, but he recorded one album that sort of took off, and then he had an untimely passing. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about his life and then a little bit about his death. So Jeff Buckley is an interesting and tragic character in rock and roll. He was abandoned by his father when his mother got pregnant. His father divorced his mother and left him alone
Nice.
with her. Yeah. And he was also a musician. He ended up dying when Jeff was around 10 years old. And Jeff had only seen him one time when he was
say,
around
did they
8.
know each other?
Yeah. So not a major influence in his life, but certainly... Chrissy says Rocket loves him. Huge fan. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Jeff Buckley is awesome. And if you haven't listened to the rest of his music, like I said, most of us have heard the song Hallelujah. Maybe you've heard the Leonard Cohen version. Jeff Buckley's is kind of the definitive version, I think. But Jeff Buckley's death is really interesting. So at 30 years old, he had become successful. He's out touring, and he was in Memphis. And after kind of hanging out with his friends one night, he decided to go for a swim in the river. And he was actually singing Whole Lotta Love by Led Zeppelin while swimming in the river, and a riverboat came by and drug him under, and he passed away. 1997.
That's horrendous.
And a
Did
lot of
anybody
people-
see this happen?
Yes. So his friends were there watching as this happened.
Oh, so he was with people.
And it took them a long time to find him, and they weren't sure if there were drugs, alcohol involved.
Was it nighttime?
What happened? It was nighttime. Yeah.
Wow.
And so people were not sure what the actual cause was, and they actually did not find him for a while. And then later he turned up.
That's a horrendous.
Really
death.
tragic because he was right at the peak. It was during his ascension where he was becoming this big rock star.
Would we know other songs?
Maybe, but only if you're a Jeff Buckley fan.
Okay.
Not Hallelujah is the big thing that people know him for, and his version is by far probably, I will say it's the best. It's my favorite version of the song.
Did he jump off of a boat or the side of the river?
Just into the river, yeah. Jumped out into the river from the side. They were all kind of like hanging out along the shoreline or whatever. He said, "Hey, it's hot. I'm going to go for a swim or whatever." Dove in. He's singing "Whole Lotta Love," you need cooling, and then just gone. Tragic. Life cut short. So.
That's awful. How long did it take him to find his body?
Several days. It was several days. Yeah. So.
That's a
Really tragic.
horrible way to die.
Really tragic. So, a little bit of a downer, but I just wanted to explore that because people know the name Jeff Buckley. Maybe they know the song. Definitely worth going and listening to his music. And
A life cut way
just
too
thinking
short.
about his life being cut short, and his life alone was not tragic in the same way a lot of other rock stars are, where you've got the drugs and the abuse and all these different kind of things that go along with it, and the hard partying. And they did a drug test and an alcohol test, and there was none of that in his system at the time.
he was
of his
just
passing.
jumping
So
in the
it's just-
river.
Just a tragic accident. Just a tragic accident.
How
Poor
old?
riverboat captain.
Yep.
How old was he?
30.
30.
Yeah. 30 years
You
old.
just never know, man. Life's too short.
You really don't.
Mm-mm.
So. But anyway, so rock and roll mysteries will be more of this type of happy content where we talk about the amazing world of rock and roll, the things that happen with the various musicians. But now I would like to welcome a person that has not been on the show very much, but we do talk about him often, and that is our friend.
It's Andy the Apache.
We got Andy the Apache coming up here. He's going to come hang with us. Where is he? There he is. I see him. He's making his way up. He's making his way up. He's almost here. He's
Through the crowd. Through the
crowd. The helicopter. Our man from Amsterdam. How are you, Andy?
Very well. How are you, Maverick?
Doing well, my friend.
Fantastic.
The mic's a little low for you because it was from Marty.
Yeah, you can. If you grab right by the roses there, you can squeeze that, and it will lift right up for you.
Marty's going to squeeze it for me.
There you go. All
That's
right.
what I said.
That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about you. You are the master of cocktails out here at Niche Wine Lounge, and not only that, you're a good friend to all the people here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Got in my hand a Taylor Swiftini in honor of Jim.
Okay, we made it 28 minutes into the show without saying Taylor Swift's name.
What's in a Taylor Swiftini?
It's going to be a vodka triple sec. You have a little bit of Saint Germain elderflower, lemon juice, and then a splash of cranberry.
Wow.
That's a pretty drink.
Wow, it is a pretty drink.
It
That's
will
nice.
make you
And it
text your
sounds good.
ex-boyfriend.
There you go. Make you hate your ex-boyfriend.
Maybe
All right.
sing your fight song. Yeah,
That's right.
Maybe
That's right.
maybe write a song about him.
that's true. That's true.
Yes.
So tell me something, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Who's playing this weekend out at the Niche? Friday night?
This
Saturday?
weekend
Actually,
we have.
let's just go through the rest of the week. It's Wednesday, so Thursday, Friday,
So
Saturday.
Thursday
what
we
do
have the
got?
great Eric E. Train Manning.
Hey.
He does everything rock, rockabilly, blues,
And
everything.
he is fantastic.
Yep. Just met him in a retired home probably about 3 months ago. Great guy.
Yeah.
Nice. Then let's see. Then we got Friday. Friday is Perfect Blue. That's going to be a jazz band.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Saturday, great musician, friend of the Niche, one of the VIPs, Johnny G.
Hey, Johnny
Johnny
G is
G.
going to be out here. All right.
Yeah,
He
he's
has
been
played
on
quite a
our
few
show
shows
too.
with Gemini. Yeah, you got to, man.
And he was
he's on the clock.
I'm at
My
work.
man's on the clock.
he was with us for the Maggie Awards too.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Johnny is a good friend of ours. So anything else that we should know about the Niche and the happenings here and how are
Nah,
things
man, we got some new blue lights going on. Ted's cleaning up the place, making it look nice.
That's
I'm still the same old me. Yeah.
We appreciate you looking out for us, going to bat for the podcast, and keeping us here. Season 5, we love the
I
partnership.
love you
man.
guys.
What's Monday and Tuesday?
Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
Monday we have half price wine, and then you got Colin Neal. He does piano stuff and also
good.
invites
He's
people up
good.
to sing with him. He has special guests play with him sometimes. And Tuesday is going to be the Great Jazz Jam led by
So
the
every night
fantastic
something's
Paul
happening.
Bomar.
Except
Every
Sunday.
night is a good night to be at the Niche.
Every night.
That's right.
Cheers.
Well, thank you, my friend. We will check in with you a little bit later. Andy the Apache heading out.
He
so,
made me this Pineapple Express.
my man, our man from Amsterdam. All right, and from that we are heading into. Oh, someone has joined us here at the table.
Where did you come from?
Nice
You
to
just
see y'all
scared
today.
Jim.
I just kind of popped in here.
So this is our good friend Zenbad. Many of you know him from the chat and from producing the show, but he is.
We appreciate it.
He is our producer. He's out
He
here
is.
taking care of us.
And
looking
he
out
brought
for
his
us,
lovely
and
bride too, Miss
You
Patricia.
all did not get a chance to meet him because you were on vacation the last time that he was here. So I wanted to bring him in.
We've done
and-
this
and
all
give him the-
virtually.
That's right.
Yeah.
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 So, how are you today, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good, doing well. So,
Did you have fun last time you were on the show?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I was just sad I didn't get to meet the two of y'all.
Yeah. Is it weird to be on this side of it?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. But I'm used to being on camera, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Yep.
Yeah. So, tell us a little bit how you got into streaming, podcasting, on-camera work, audio work. You build websites. You built my website, Jim's website. You go over to MaverickRoseMusic.com. Go over to JimSpilios.com. You can see some of Zen's handiwork. Tell us a little bit about how you got into what it is that you do.
So all of this started from, I was big into YouTube, like whenever I was in my teenage years, and I saw some of the YouTubers that I was watching that were raising money for charity.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself, wow, that is awesome. Like, because I've always loved video games.
Right.
And I thought to myself, I would love to be able to do something like that. So about 2018, I started streaming a little bit here and there. And that first year, I actually did my very first fundraiser for St. Jude, and we raised $200-300, something like
Nice,
that.
yeah.
And that's now something that I actually do every year. So,
And you're currently
and
working
I
on
am
that, right?
currently doing that.
It is fundraising season for St. Jude.
It is.
You've co-opted part of my website tonight, so we can send
Mhm.
all of our fans, specifically people from the podcast here,
That is true.
can go and donate to St. Jude. St. Jude does excellent work
They do.
for children. None of the patients there pay anything. Is that correct?
That's
It's all-
exactly right.
Yep.
It is all
So-
fully funded by St. Jude, and the research that they do is all shared with medical communities around the world. So
So if you
they
want to go to mavericrosemusic.com/Zen,
that's right.
that's ZEN, not ZYN. That's a completely different thing that we're not affiliated with.
We
No
are not.
sponsorship there. But yeah, ZEN. So mavericrosemusic.com/Zen. And you can click through and donate to help out the campaign here. All of the proceeds, all of it, 100% of what's donated goes to St. Jude.
That's
Yep.
right.
Help
When-
those kids.
When you say you started streaming, define that. Like, what were you doing?
So basically,
Sort of like what we're doing right now.
kind
Yeah.
of.
But he
yeah.
plays video games.
So picture I'm in front of a camera and a mic, and I'm playing a video game and talking to people while I'm playing.
Are you playing against people?
Sometimes, usually, I'm playing single-player games and just kind of chatting with people about the game. And sometimes people come in because, oh, that's my favorite game. I want to see how somebody else experiences that for the
Right.
first time. Or if it's something like a cooperative game that you can play with people, sometimes they'll come in and say, hey, can I join you? Things like that. But usually the reason why people come in is you got one of three things. Either they're coming in to learn something, they are coming in to be entertained, or they want a connection with somebody. So a lot of the times whenever people come into my streams, they're looking for like a one-on-one interaction.
Okay.
So like anybody in the chat here,
He's a
can come
personality
in-
streamer. They come in to hang out with him.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Like anybody in the chat here is here for y'all.
And I will
People in my
say,
chat are
you
here for
do a
me.
really good job with that. Everybody go over to twitch.tv/Zenbad. So that's ZENBAD. And you can check out his channel. He's got all kinds of streams. You've been doing this how many years now?
I've been doing it since 2018. So
Since
we're
2018.
7 years?
We
7
started
years.
about the same time. About the time I started music, you started streaming
Yep.
full time. Yeah. He's got all kinds of videos up there. We did an interview together not that long ago. So if you're looking for that bridge to connect and kind of see, but
Yep.
any of his streams are fantastic. And sometimes he's doing guides and walkthroughs and plays. But the big thing is it's cozy.
Yep.
He's very friendly. He's all about the interaction. Sometimes you're just doing office work or something and talking to people. So
Yep.
it's really
It's
cool.
like having coworkers, right?
It
Just
is.
hanging
Pretty
out.
much,
Yeah.
The general vibe is I want it to feel like you're sitting down on a couch with a friend and just having a conversation.
And
That's
you do a
so
great- you
interesting
do a great
to
job
me.
with that.
That's so interesting to me.
Yeah.
And
Web design. How'd you get into that?
so web design kind of branched off because as a streamer, you've got to learn graphic design, you've got to learn video production, you've got to learn audio engineering, and half a dozen other things. And I've always kind of had an eye for design. It's always been an interesting thing to me. So whenever we started working together, I was like, hey, I'm pretty decent at design. Let me take a crack at making a website for you. And I think it turned out really nice.
And that's a
Very
good
nice.
time to talk about that as well. So you manage me as well, in addition. So you kind of like how I've got the poetry thing and the podcast and open mic and music. You also have all of these various. I think for a lot of creators, the ones who do it full time, that are able to do it full time, you've got to have those multiple streams and,
Yep.
and avenues. But so you manage like my calendar, my website, bookings. Probably 85-90% of my bookings go through you.
Yep.
We do all those kind of things. So when you say when we started working together, what was that, 3 years ago, 3.5?
It was either 3 or 4.
I think we're coming up on 4 years together.
I think so.
Yeah. Really quick before we move away from your streaming, we'll talk more about the management thing. What are the games that you're currently streaming? So if people are, He's doing Minecraft Let's Plays now. What? Not in 2025.
The biggest thing that I'm playing right now would probably be the Oblivion remaster of Elder Scrolls Oblivion.
Yep. Oblivion.
I'm
Yeah.
looking into streaming the new Elden Ring Night Rain game.
Were you still doing First Descendant?
Sometimes.
First Descendant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. No Fortnite on the stream.
No Fortnite.
Those days are over.
That's right.
Occasionally we do some Overwatch.
The occasional Overwatch, but I have to be careful with that because I have a temper when we play Overwatch.
Oh man, don't play competitive with this guy. He takes his games real serious.
You don't want to
Real
see him
serious.
when he's mad.
That's right.
That's right.
Back to the website 1 second.
Yeah,
Cause,
yeah,
Because when he
absolutely.
did mine, I threw like a ton of stuff at him, and he got everything I asked, and he made it look good and accessible.
great.
I mean, he did a really good job. That's all I gotta say. So
And I want to point
It
out,
looks great.
he designed this logo. He designed my regular logo. As a graphic
Awesome.
designer too, he's absolutely brilliant. You give him the idea. You say, "Hey, I want it to look kind of like this." So with the current logo, so my regular, I'm trying to think, where's my regular logo anywhere? I don't think I have it up here anywhere. If you go to the website, go to MaverickRoseMusic.com, but it's the regular logo. And then I said, I want, for brand continuity, I want the podcast logo to be similar, but have its own.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yep. And sometime soon we will have some kind of collaborative merch between you and our favorite sponsor.
Hey, so you're talking about branding. Right? It's important for every business, including musicians, and so I actually asked AI to put our two logos together. And there's like a saw blade going right through the middle of the microphone. And so we're going to go back to the drawing board because I didn't think that was appropriate. So, but yeah, branding is a huge thing, and making yourself relevant and being able to put something out there that people recognize all the time and being consistent with that enough for it to make a difference. So that's a huge thing. So, really appreciate, Jake, what you've done to, put this all together and continue to, expand the Maverick Rose Music Hour brand and, follow us everywhere.
Please.
That's right.
That's right. Follow us
Subscribe.
everywhere.
Follow.
Thank you, my friend.
see, did my card. See how cool it looks? Can they see that?
Let's see. We'll get it real close there.
It's a cool card. I still have your card that you autographed for me in my wallet.
I autographed one.
You did.
All right.
It's gonna be
There you go.
worth something. I know it. I know it.
Oh, Jim. Oh, Jim.
That's when he was being friendly. He wasn't wearing the shirt.
That's right. So it's interesting what's the most difficult part of your job?
Time management, maybe?
Yeah.
Because there are so many projects in the air at one time, and because I do everything myself, it can be hard to manage everything and not let anything slip through the cracks because, I've got producing the podcast here, I've got dozens of projects with my own personal things, I've got, managing your personal brand.
When you got here today, you were like, "Did you see the email?" I was like, "What email?" So,
Yeah.
so a lot of times, if you message me, if you email me, this is the guy that's responding. It's not me, it's him. So
Most
just
of
so
the
you
stuff
know.
you see on his personal Facebook page, I probably posted
Yeah,
that.
he probably posted a lot of that stuff. So that's just facts. The social media manager.
Because you've gotten so big.
I don't know about all that. I'm actually on a diet right now.
Look,
I didn't mean it that way.
That's a joke.
I know.
Listen. I spent something like 3 or 4 days filling out your website calendar because you are completely booked through the end of the year. We've got
Yes.
people emailing you talking about, we would love to have Maverick here, and I have to say back, there's no availability this year. If you'd like to talk about 2025, we can do that. Otherwise,
Or 2026.
yeah, 2026. Yeah.
Yeah, we're full through Christmas.
That's
man.
amazing. That's amazing.
It's been a good year for booking.
It has.
Now, finally. At first, it felt like we were off to a slow start, and then it just filled up like.
You deserve it.
Exactly.
You deserve it.
Oh, I don't know, but thank you for everyone, all the venues, all the people who've supported over the years to help make it happen. Because we're celebrating 5 years. 7 years. There we go. I'll find it. We're going into the
Somewhere.
8th year. going into
Yes.
the 8th year. Yeah.
That sounds
Deserves got nothing to do with it. What movie's that from?
I don't know.
Clint Eastwood, Unforgiven.
Mm.
That's a great Metallica song, by the way.
I'm going to need T-shirts. We got to talk.
Okay.
Not now.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to
No
going somewhere with that.
conversation
Jim.
now.
I thought we were going somewhere with that, my friend. So, when you are trying to keep a stream interesting and you feel that it lulls, because the thing is, we do this for an hour.
Yep.
And sometimes it's really high energy and we're talking over each other. Other times it's just really chill and we're like, thank you for watching All Things Considered. Later we'll be talking
NPR.
to
NPR.
We'll be talking
Sweaty
to
balls.
We'll be talking to the native alpaca farmers from Indiana and the indigenous persons of California and how they make their donuts.
Let's not do that.
That'll be back after the break. So when there is a lull in a stream, because you'll stream for 5, 6, 7, 8+ hours. You just had a subathon where you went. How many hours were you on? Straight? 13 hours straight. This man streamed.
Do you take breaks?
Yeah.
Yeah, he keeps a bucket by the
Yeah.
desk.
Every hour I have a reminder that pops up that's like, hey, you should take a stretch break. So I'll pop in, I'll take a stretch break, I'll drink some water,
We have
get
a-
a snack if I need it.
We have a question in the chat. British Jim said, if Zen does the social media, which one of you is eating char grill and listening to Bowie on a Friday?
I wish it was me, but no, that is Maverick.
That's one of the that's the 10% of the posts that I do.
You haven't done those in a while.
Hey, I'm out there doing it on my own. Y'all don't need to see. Y'all don't need to see what I'm doing.
Apparently not.
But yeah, how do you? So 13-hour stream. You're doing something like one of these marathon streams, one of the long streams. If it starts to slow down, what do you do?
So if things start to slow down, you've got pretty much 3 options. You can either, if there's somebody that's been talking somewhat recently, you can try to stir up a conversation with them, like, hey, how's your day been? Something like that.
Are the conversations like written, or you actually
Just
can't
like
hear?
us
You
in the
can't hear
chat.
them. You
Yeah,
can't
just
hear
like
them.
us
Right,
in the
it's
chat,
all
yeah.
typed out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, it would be like if you could see the chat yourself right now, and you were just looking at the camera talking to whoever was talking in the...
We should figure out a way to do
Podcast,
that.
yeah.
I've got the chat here on my phone, but we should find a way to. I'll
That
work
would
on
be
that.
cool.
That'll
That
the
would
next
be
thing
really
that I
cool,
figure out,
actually.
so we get the chat for everybody.
So that's your first option. You can either try to kick up a conversation with somebody that's been around. If nobody's been around in a while, you can, if you're playing a game, you can, try to commentate on whatever's going on. Like, oh, I see this person off in the distance. I wonder what they've got going on. They could be, I don't know, a suitcase cell phone salesman from Nebraska. Who knows?
What's the furthest away you know of that you've talked to somebody?
I have a regular that lives in Argentina. I have
Shout
several.
out.
Shout out to Old Man Harley.
What's up, old man Harley?
I've got several people. Let's see. I've got somebody in Germany that comes by regularly. I've got a few people in the UK. I've got an Irish dude. I've got people
Sometimes
all over.
that's
That's pretty
me, I
cool.
jump
You
in
have
the
a British
chat.
gem, but he's an Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ike.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
So your third option there is, so does your mind ever wander? Whenever you're just like hanging out, does your mind wander?
Of course.
Like now.
Yeah.
Jim hasn't been here in like 20 minutes.
No.
Man. Like,
So think if you're letting your mind wander and you're just talking about whatever pops into your head. So I could be sitting there thinking about, oh, when was the last time that I ate chocolate ice cream? And I could talk about, oh, it's been 4 years since I ate chocolate ice cream. I was out with Maverick in downtown Raleigh,
yep.
and it wasn't ice cream. It was gelato. or
Frozen
something.
custard. Yeah.
So,
So that point, you also occasionally create story times and characters
That
as
is
a part of your streams.
that is true.
Can you give us a little Dakota Rick right now? Just a little bit. And we'll explain Dakota Rick in a minute, but Dakota Rick is one of my favorite recurring characters that you do. Give us a little Dakota Rick.
Well, let me tell you a little about Dakota Rick. All right, now if you listen real closely, he's got a very distinctive voice that he uses, and every time that he strikes up a conversation with somebody, he tries to make it about Dakota, because you see, there's a very important thing to Dakota Rick. Dakota Rick. Now keep in mind, Dakota isn't. That's not his actual name. That's a nickname. His real name's Marvin. Anyway, his big thing is about reuniting the Dakotas. So see, back in the day, Dakota wasn't North or South Dakota. It was just Dakota. And he would love to see the reunification of Dakota. In addition to that, he would also love to see the reunification of Carolina. He does not care about Virginia, because West Virginia and Virginia are two separate things. He is interested in breaking up the territories of Texas, potentially.
Into 4, you said, right? We want Texas to go into
the 4 corners.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, you can catch this is the type of thing that I watch the stream for, is the characters. This is Dakota Rick out here, so he has these recurring characters that come on and do little.
This is a whole world that I don't know about. This is so interesting.
We got several different voices I tend to use. This is my old, 60-year-old smoker voice,
Can you do the one where we were just sitting there one night and you were trying to sell me a pistol at a shop?
A pistol would be $2. A box of bullets, $1.
And I was like, $2 for a pistol, but the box of bullets is $1. That's half the price of the gun.
It ain't about the gun; it's about what's coming out of it, boy.
So this is the type of stuff. If you want to catch a stream, we'll be doing this kind of stuff for you. Now, while I've got you here, we got to have the full experience, man. We got to have the full experience.
Okay.
And part of the experience is for season 5, we got a new version of Highlander.
Ooh.
There can be only one Highlander. Thunderdome.
Thunderdome. Oh,
Ooh.
You're going to enter the Thunderdome.
Are we really
my
keeping
guy.
only one this time?
This is it right now.
Wow.
This is back to the original rules.
All right.
You see, we call it Thunderdome because 2 bands enter, 1 band leaves. All right.
Ah.
So just like Thunderdome, Highlander, we're breaking it down. There can be only one answer. So
we
we're
did
gonna
kind
put
of
you-
we did kind of vary from that for a
We
while.
did, and so we're gonna put you on the bubble, my friend.
Okay.
You're gonna be the first one to experience
Oh.
Highlander Thunderdome.
And I heard that these were now curated to the guests.
They are. So let's see how curated they are. Maybe they're curated to the guests. Maybe it's just stuff that we want to learn.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Paramore or Panic at the Disco.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You want to keep Paramore? You want to keep Panic at the Disco?
Jim and I just sat back.
All right.
Patty says Panic.
Listen.
That man said listen.
I love me some Paramore.
Yeah.
They had some great albums. They had a not so great album, but I won't talk about that one.
We don't talk about that.
Hayley Williams was.
That was the waifu. Dude had a crush for a long time. Had a crush on
She was
Haley Williams.
my biggest celebrity crush for the longest time,
Yeah.
and probably the reason why I'm so into redheads. However,
Blushing.
with all of that said, it's got to be Panic at the Disco. Brendan Urie, in my opinion, is one of the best vocalists that's out there right now, alive.
Probably the best living vocalist.
Yeah.
Give Freddie Mercury a run for his money.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's the greatest of all time, but he would definitely
Out there working today. Yeah.
Mhm. He would definitely be in my list.
He was in your list when we did the.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I have not heard a single Panic album that I did not listen entirely through and enjoy every bit of.
So everybody, if you want to answer, feel free to answer. Obviously, Patty did. You can hit us in the chat with that and everything else. But we'll keep things going here.
Did they do that Munsters song?
They did, yeah. The one that you don't.
Is he the guy who tries to sound like Freddie Mercury?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Paramount's
I don't
got
know
a
that he tries, but
Paramore's got a girl in it.
Yes.
Yep.
Paramore.
Yeah, he likes Paramore. Yeah. Maybe this is curated, maybe it isn't. You probably answered this when we did this part of season 1, not season 1, the first season of Highlander. Hotel California or Stairway to Heaven? 2 of the most played songs of all time.
Let's see.
Everybody feel free to answer. It's not just him. It's for everybody.
I gotta think about
Stairway?
that for a minute.
Stairway, yeah. Got votes for Stairway out there.
I feel like growing up, I heard Hotel California a lot more.
Yeah, Dad didn't play a lot of Zeppelin. He was not a big Zeppelin fan.
He did not.
When
He
I got
did
into
not.
Zeppelin, he got mad at me. He was like, why are you listening to them, man?
My most frequent exposure to Stairway is all of the memes that are like, do not play this in Guitar Center, you will get kicked out.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Wayne's World. So remember, you keep one, the other one gets jettisoned out of the airlock. Right now in the chat, we've got Patty with Hotel California, Jim there with Hotel California.
I'm going to have to agree with the both of them and say Hotel California.
Hotel. All right. I'm Stairway.
I'll give the edge to Stairway.
Stairway, yeah.
Stairway.
Stairway. All right.
I like the bombast.
Yeah.
I mean, to
That's
never have
different than
that.
I've never
spectacle.
heard you say those words before. That man said he liked the bombast.
But I mean,
That
to
is
never have that in our lives, that would be hard.
Wild.
Chris Melvin says Stairway out there. He didn't say spectacle. He said bombast.
That's true.
It's
That's
different.
Two different things.
Two different things.
All right, we're going to keep the Highlander rolling.
Okay.
The Woodman agrees with Hotel
Yep,
California.
Hotel California.
Respect.
Yeah. I think it's about 50-50 split down.
Is it? Well, those are two great ones.
I think this is for me, but I'm going to ask you because I don't know and I want to know.
Okay.
Aerosmith or Van Halen? Chris says don't listen to Jim or Marty.
Said
We
what?
don't. We don't.
Aerosmith or Van Halen?
Aerosmith.
These
or
are
Van
very
Halen?
hard.
That's it, yeah.
That's
what she said.
It is a tough one.
Sure, I didn't say Van Hagar. I said Van Halen.
Is that Joe?
Van Halen.
Hi,
Marty
Joe.
the chat with Van Halen. Patty with Van Halen.
Dig this. Aerosmith.
Aerosmith, my man.
Oh.
Tells you what I think of Van Halen, though, don't it?
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith. Yeah.
I'm also Aerosmith.
Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Cutting out Van Hagar made it real close for me.
British Jim there with the Aerosmith. Yeah. Van Halen.
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of Aerosmith, I don't have a problem with them being in the discussion for American bands. That just shows me how many great bands out. Who do you got? Creedence? I like Alice Cooper. I mean, who are you going to pick? Mothers of Invention, maybe. Birds. There's no. Anyway, go ahead. I didn't mean to
What about
interrupt.
Janis Joplin?
That's not a.
Yeah, but she had a band.
Yeah, they weren't
Well,
that
everybody
good.
has a band.
They weren't that good. Yeah, that's fine.
She was good.
Look at Amber, man. If you're listening, we got Amber coming in through a window behind me. So
That's why if you're listening to this on a podcast platform right now, I do recommend you either catch us live in person at Niche Wine Lounge in Holly Springs, or you check us out on YouTube at Maverick Rose Music.
that's right.
Yes.
But I will say, we are available on Spotify. So if you're
That is true.
driving and you want to listen while you're driving or while you're at work or whatever, Spotify, iTunes, we're all those places.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Zen is
We're
the one
everywhere.
Who posts Zen's the one who posts all that stuff for us too.
Yep.
So. All right, this is the final Highlander Thunderdome for
now.
Zen.
For now.
All right.
For this episode. Let's see what we got here.
Beach Boys, Hot, Jefferson Airplane, Eagles.
All right, Jim.
Why is Styx not on there?
For what?
Styx. I knew it wouldn't be.
Ludacris or Lil Wayne?
Oh, no.
Loop Guru.
Not Lupe Fiasco. Ludacris or Lil Wayne?
That's
That's a struggle for you.
a hard one.
Patty said Luda.
I'm just thinking back. See,
The thing is, the Carter 3 and the Carter 4, no skips for me. I listened to the whole album.
that's true.
But Word of Mouth and Battle of the Sexes kind of the same thing for me with Luda. They both, when they were hot, they were hot. It's tough.
Theater of the mind, though.
Yeah, true.
Um,
I'm not a human being, though. I gotta say Lil Wayne. For me, it's Lil
Thanks
Wayne.
for reminding me of that. It's ludicrous.
It's Luda. He got Luda. All right.
All right, it's fascinating. You guys enjoy rap. I can't listen to it.
Meredith says Luda.
I admire that, you guys.
Patty Poor Star Lover says Lil Wayne, no competition. Yeah, for me too. I think Lil Wayne.
I will say it is a hard one.
Celia
What do
says,
you think about the question I posed
No,
to you?
we don't talk. We are not talking about
Oh,
that.
you
on
don't.
here.
You
I
don't want to talk about that right now?
All right, go ahead.
Biggie Smalls.
I
Hey,
posed
Biggie's
a
good.
question to Maverick whenever we were
The
in the
last
garage.
time that we were together hanging out.
Yeah. I had seen this talked about online that people were arguing that Ludacris has a better catalog than Jay-Z.
I went back and looked through the two catalogs. I cannot support that. Jay-Z's better.
I don't know, man.
Like a closed catalog?
No. This is something we don't touch on, and I know that a lot of our listeners don't care, but some of them do. And we don't talk hip hop that often. And since you're here, and we both are connoisseurs of hip hop,
Yep.
yeah, we'll just touch base on a little bit. No, Jay-Z, man, like Blueprint, Black Album, Rock La Familia, Hard Knock Life, Life and Times.
I'll tell you. There's like 2 or 3 tracks off of each of those that I really
Watch
rock
the
with.
Throne.
But there's a lot of those tracks that I'm like, I'm just here because the album's on.
All right. Christy says backing up Luda. Yeah, Luda
So,
likes it when you
lot of
back it up
people
too.
But I will say, hip hop wouldn't be where it is right now without Jay-Z.
Yeah.
So just on sheer influence in the genre, I'd say, yeah, Jay-Z's probably the GOAT. But for catalog, I gotta go Luda.
All right. Well, there it is. And we'll leave you with that. I want to thank everybody for rocking with us. I want to thank Zen for being here. Please follow us over on social media. We're over at MaverickRoseMusic.com, but also on Instagram. Darcy taking care of us over there.
Instagram,
That's right,
Facebook.
Maverick Rose Music Hour.
Absolutely.
We're over on
Follow, like, love us.
Facebook. That's right.
Yeah, that is an important thing to note. While I handle all of Maverick's personal stuff, Darcy, you're the one that handles pretty much everything for the podcast, social media
not
wise.
That's right.
everything.
She has been taking
So-
care of us and working hard. Posts every single day
That
out
is-
there.
Trying.
That is crucial, and I appreciate you.
I had to
Yep.
learn how to edit. I haven't mastered that yet.
It takes a bit to learn.
We're getting there.
Once
We're
again,
getting
we
there.
want to thank everyone who makes this possible. Ted for hosting us out here at Niche Wine Lounge in Holly Springs. Andy for taking care of everybody there at the bar. Marty and the whole team at Rescue Wood Rehab for looking out for us.
That's right.
I want to thank
Beautiful.
Darcy. I want to thank Jim. Obviously, I want to thank you as well, Zen, for producing everything.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
You are
Absolutely.
the mastermind behind
And to
this.
all of you who watch, who listen, who post about us each and every week, thank you so much. Without all of you, we would not be here.
That's right.
Thank you so much for your continued support. We will see you next week for more of the Maverick Rose
Yes.
Music Hour. And don't go anywhere. We're still doing live music after. We'll be back, maybe 5 minutes. We'll be back with another live stream. If you're here in the bar, don't go anywhere. I want to get one more shot there. Look at Amber. She's so cute sitting there in the chair watching us. So I wanted to get that before.
And Pumpkin's here. She's not
That's
with
it.
Pumpkin.
Yeah, pumpkin. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we will see you next week. Y'all stay fresh, cheese bags. And for those of you that are coming back, we'll see you with a live performance
5
from
minutes.
Jim and I here in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Right now, this is Kurt Turner with Pancakes.
I'm going to make you pancakes with grits on the side, a little bit of bacon, baby, with this guacamole pancakes.